Hey, this is Joe the Runner with JoeRandini.com. Just doing another vlog. Things have been kind of quiet on the blog and on my YouTube channel since Triple Lakes race has been completed. So want to kind of give everybody an update of how the race went real quick, and then talk about what the next couple of months are going to entail for me. So I like to, after a big race like that, especially going into the holiday season, this is kind of what I'll call like a maintenance period or a break period, and I'll get into a little bit about what that means, in regards to training and nutrition, or I should say lack of training and lack of nutrition, and planning and so forth. So it's not a period of time. It's actually a pretty important period of time, so I wouldn't say it's a waste. But I do give myself a break both mentally and physically. So kind of getting into the Triple Lakes 40 miler. If you go to the blog, I wrote quite a few posts. I kind of talked about the night before, what was going through my head, and then obviously did a race report, and it was just a great day. I mean, I think, the folks at Junction 311 do a great job putting the race on. And it was just a fantastic day. Every race or every participant that I kind of came across and spoke with really, had nothing but great things to say about the day. And it was kind of cool because I actually bumped into several people who follow me on the blog, follow me on Instagram. And literally while I was running, I had people kind of go by and say, "Hey, Joe the Runner," so it was really a nice day to meet people face to face that follow me, and kind of appreciate what I tried to put out there. So it was a great day all around. I finished up the race in 8 hours and 30 minutes. So I did accomplish my personal goal. I wanted to go sub 10, and we got that done. Next year I'll set a more aggressive goal now that I know the course. And more important than anything, we ended up so far with over $1,500 in donations for the disabled American veterans. So I'll put a link below this video so that if anybody wants to still contribute. My goal was $2,000, so we're at about 75% basically. But really, that's the most important thing that came out of the race is we were able to support the disabled American veterans. It's very little compared to what these guys and these women sacrifice for us. So really appreciative of all the donations, and really appreciative of our veterans. So kind of what's next? What are we getting into after the race here? This is what I call a maintenance period. So in between now, so basically November and December, this will be more of a maintenance period, or even what I'll call a break. And by break, what I mean is this. When you are preparing for these types of events, both mentally and physically, it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot out of you. From the mental standpoint, you're working hard on your nutrition, trying to eat clean. You're getting up and you're putting your body through a lot every day, and it kind of wears you down. You're trying to rest. Sometimes you get the sleep you need, sometimes you don't, based on work, based on life. You've got things. We had to get a kid off to college, and things kind of come up. And when you're doing that, day in and day out for months on end, it does drain you mentally. And then from the physical standpoint, it's obvious, right? The peak of this, I was hitting 65 to 70 miles in a week for training on top of work and other commitments. And you really put your body through quite a bit. So, this next 2 months, it's really about recharging the batteries. It's about giving myself a mental break. I'll probably be doing 25 to 35 miles a week, and I really won't have a lot of structure to the week. So I may know that I want to hit 25 or 30 miles for a particular week, but I may wake up and say, today I want to do a 10K tempo run, and I'll go out and push the tempo. On a weekend, I may decide, let's just do a nice leisurely, kind of, 10, 13 miles, through the trails. So it's really, for me, about doing a couple of things. It's about just running for fun, and really kind of recharging the battery so that I'm not, I don't have a task, so to speak, at hand. I'm just running for fun. And the running kind of offsets some of the cheating I'll do on my nutrition. So I'm drinking a beer tonight, and it's not my first one since the race has been over. So those are pretty empty calories, but they're pretty yummy calories. But the running that I do, the maintenance type stuff, is to help maintain weight. So I don't want to gain too much weight the next 2 months while I'm enjoying the holidays and drinking some beers and doing things like that. And then the second thing is to just maintain some kind of a cardiovascular base so that when I start training hard again in January, I haven't lost all of the fitness that I've gained from the training. And if I can accomplish those two things, not gaining too much weight, maintaining cardio fitness, when I start again in January, that's all I'm looking for. It'll be a success. From the nutrition standpoint, I'm relaxed here right now. Had some great barbecue over the weekend, so you can see the Platsu barbecue t-shirt that I'm wearing. My brother-in-law puts out some world-class barbecue, and for my birthday this weekend, we had some great food. Thank you very much, Chris. If you want to see some great barbecue, go on Instagram and go to Platsu Barbecue. It's Platsu_BBQ. It's just really, he puts out some great stuff. Enjoyed myself, had birthday cake and things like that. The holidays are coming, so I'm definitely going to eat some pumpkin pie and have some turkey and things like that. So it's just time for me to enjoy, but it's not all just relaxing and kind of laying back. So while I'm going to be doing some fun things the next few weeks, so as an example, on November 19th, a buddy of mine and I are going to go run the Raise the Bar 5K. So it's like a pub crawl where you basically, you drink a beer and you run to the next bar, you drink another beer. I've got kind of a leisurely 14-mile run or race the week of December 2nd out at Hanging Rock in Burlington, North Carolina. Again, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to have any kind of time goals or anything. It's just going to be getting out with some friends and kind of going for a nice run through the park. It's a beautiful time of year. And then the week after that, December 9th, I think it is, my daughter, my sister-in-law, and I are going to run in the Tacky Sweater 5-kilometer run in Norfolk, Virginia. So just some fun stuff on the horizon. But a little bit more serious is the planning for the beginning of next year. So right now, what I have definitely on the calendar in the first 3 months of the year is the beginning of March. I have someone that is a friend that I work with. They're going for their third 100-mile attempt, and I volunteered to be a pacer for that person for their attempt. So looking forward to that, and it'll fit along with the training that I'll be doing. And the only other thing that I've got solidified on the calendar for next year is in the winter of next year, I'm going to do my first 100-mile attempt myself. So January we'll start the training back up, and probably over the next 3 or 4 weeks I'll be looking at races throughout 2018 that will support my first 100-mile attempt, so that I can start to work on my ultimate goal, which would be to get in the lottery and try to qualify or get picked for Western States eventually. So I know that goal is probably 2 or 3 years out, but I need to start getting the 100-mile races under my belt and start getting some of the qualifiers under my belt so I can get my lottery tickets in and go for the Western States. Other than that, some news on the writing / kind of blog front. I'm going to be writing an article for our local running magazine called Running Junction. I'm going to be focused on trail running, and I'm really excited about it. So I'm hoping that the article goes well, and if it does, it can become kind of a reoccurring thing where I'll be writing about trails for this local magazine that supports the Greensboro Triad area and the running scene here, which is really cool. We've got 40, 50 miles worth of trails right here in the backyard, and it's really an opportunity to promote those trails and promote healthy lifestyle and promote running for the people here that live in the local area. So that's really about all I've got going on right now. I will definitely keep everybody up to date as the calendar for next year falls into place. We were relocating this year, so I really only had the Triple Lakes on the calendar because we're moving from Italy back into the States. Next year I would anticipate that I'm going to probably put 3 or 4 races on the calendar, and they'll probably be things like trail marathon, and then maybe a 50K, maybe a 50 miler, and it'll all kind of lead up to the 100-mile attempt in the winter of 2018. So that's it. You can get me on the blog, which is joerandini.com. This is the YouTube channel. Subscribe. I'm going to keep trying to up my game on the videos. I'm always open for suggestions, so put any suggestions you have in the comments or hit me up on the blog or even my email. And then on Instagram, it's Joe_the_runner. That's it. So Joe the Runner, joerandini.com.